great collaboration, and it involves everybody, teachers, parents, children, senior executives, everybody in the community. I have to say that there's a wonderful committee made up of people from NUIG Galway, from GMIT, from the Galway Education Centre, who are the people who administer, who run, and who make this happen. And the reason they are the drivers of this is that this is the Galway Education Centre that manages the training courses for all of the teachers in the first and second level schools in Galway City and County.
We had piloted last year working in libraries and working in local community centres. It worked exceptionally well. And this year we were able to build on that. And so with additional sponsorship from our main sponsors and new sponsors who came in, we worked in the likes of Kileeneen in the community hall there. We worked in Letterfrack. We also were in Ballynahown, and that gave the smaller schools, the 2-teacher, 3-teacher schools, who we wouldn't be able to involve otherwise, access to a whole new range of science activities.
Letterfrack is right beside the Atlantic Ocean, so our school has its own oyster farm, where we learn about the science of shellfish.
Science is important because we need to know how to keep our oysters healthy, and today we're going to bring some oysters back to school so we can study them.
I think they're picking something off the rocks. They look like they are. Yeah, because it's obviously that they like cleaning things and stuff.
Our class is also doing lots of art projects that have to do with the sea.
And here we're using the school computer to track a leatherback turtle.
They set off a leatherback turtle in Dingle, and they think that the female leatherback is going to go down to the Canary Islands, so they hope to have some good news for you whenever they update the news on the internet again.
We learn about science all year round with our oyster farm and our other projects.
And we've been doing even more science during the Galway Science Festival.
Well, I've been covering this for the Irish Times for 5-6 years now, and it's an absolutely fantastic experience for the kids of Galway, and it is, I believe, one of the best attended one-day events of its type in Europe.
I think the Science and Technology Festival has been very important at raising awareness of science at primary schools and integrating it into their programme. They don't see science as something that strange people do or that a few people do.
I think that's absolutely right, and unless we start very early, we won't be able to ensure that we have the graduates with the appropriate skills to keep Ireland at the cutting edge the way it's developing at the moment.
Well, in particular, Mad Labs have been coming to the Galway Science and Technology Festival since year one, and what we find is very funny, particularly at the exhibition day, you're going to have kids this size who started off at this size and come back to Mad Labs every year looking for a more difficult electronic gadget to make.
If it touches a wet hand and if you're sweating, it'll come up as a liar. Put them bits in there through, they've soldered and then cut the bits off.
Even in terms of people getting in touch with us about booking the festival, I suppose 4 or 5 years ago even we had to contact schools and say, would you like? At this stage we're beating them away with sticks. It's absolutely wonderful. I think this week alone we've probably moved kids 2 shows from 160 schools throughout Galway. Unfortunately there are quite a number that we just haven't been able to fit in yet, and we'll hopefully get to them next year. But the thing has grown out of all proportion.
We're from School Katrina Junior. We helped build this heart. As part of Medtronic, scientists have the future exhibition.
Yeah, I think certainly there's a huge amount of enthusiasm built up this year around the Science and Technology Week. From Medtronic standpoint, we're the primary industrial sponsor of this event. We've been the main sponsor for the last number of years, and certainly from our point of view, we feel it's a very, very important initiative. In Galway here, we employ over 2,000 people, many of them with science and engineering qualifications, so our success really has been driven by the quality and the supply of technical graduates in science and engineering, and that's why we feel so passionate about this and why we we are delighted to be associated with such an important event.
Fionn has always had certain criteria that are promoted through the ambience of schools. One is locality, using the science of locality, not just looking from the textbook or from the websites, but actually looking at science all around them. Secondly is we've built on the actual broad curriculum of the schools. We integrate drama, we integrate languages, we integrate art, and all of these come together to make a film on science. And a lot of children have gone through the whole science video production, are now have an awareness of science and an interest in science that they wouldn't have had without Fionn. And that has been said by many parents and many teachers in the second level sector.
Hello, we're first class from Kileeneen National School, and we're doing some experiments on it.
We made this film and we won the Apple Science Film of the Year. We are very proud of this. Now we are going to do a different report. We're going to Carnaun National School near Athenry, County Galway.
Hello, my name's Aisling, this is Jack and this is Jennifer. We're from Kileeneen National School and we're here to see this school's project on solar energy.
They have built a solar-powered water heater. They're hoping to use it to heat the water for the entire school.
We made the solar panel from an old shower pipe and a radiator, and we put it in a timber box and we painted it black so it would attract the sun. And we pour in cold water there and we put in a thermometer in the other side and we see how hot it is.
The students at Carnaun National School know an awful lot about how the sun helps things to grow. They brought us to see the school's nature trail. It was built by the students themselves using 30 tons of sand. They also got plants from all over the world, and they've been explaining to us why the sun is important for this project too.
Everything needs energy and the sun gives energy to the plants and all the flowers.
These films now are being used by Kirk Heritage Centre, by the Atlantic Uarán National Aquarium to promote awareness of their different areas. So that to me is the children are at the centre stage. The children have proved that if got at the right age, with the right little carrots, i.e. film technique, they can really increase the awareness of science, and hopefully that will have a knock-on effect right through to third level and the greater the economy as a whole.
In Ireland at the moment there's obviously a lot of people not migrating, moving into the science area, and it's very important to build the knowledge at this early stages at a local level so that we get the graduates of the future. So again, I think the whole curiosity factor with kids, the innocence, their unique way of delivering at their own level, being able to communicate with other kids is vitally important in terms of getting kids interested in science.
And you can see from the people behind us and the kids and the adults, I mean, kids are showing off the projects, it's not teachers, it's kids doing their own projects and showing out the other projects. I can't think of a better way of explaining science than actually having that peer group explaining to another peer group. So it's a wonderful opportunity and really something we totally support.
This is your heart. The blood goes in on the right side and it pumps out on the left side. It should be like this if your heart is healthy. If it isn't healthy, fat like this builds up around it from sweets, sugary foods, processed foods.
Galway has a name for being a great place for the arts, but it's also a great place for science and for natural science. And kids from primary school level getting that sort of induction and seeing how science works into everyday life, it's just brilliant, and I hope it continues forever and ever.
We got bulbs, wires and batteries, and we hooked them up to make a circuit, and when we were finished that we made traffic lights, and if you push that down you'll see that works there.
It was established some 8 years ago and has gone on to become a very important event here in Galway and on the west coast of Ireland, and insofar as I'm aware, in European terms this is now important because there are not too many other examples that have this kind of collaboration. It happens because people want it to, and teachers come to meetings at 8 a.m. in the morning before they go to school. That's commitment.
Thomas Gerry Oles free on will iske savalcha agus. Thomas trial le foymak my generation holabulin on will iske savalcha.
it's a fantastic achievement, the success that has been achieved, the amount of people who have taken part, the tremendous leadership of the Galway Education Centre, the collaboration between the teachers, the pupils, the parents, industry, the institutes, the various organisations that have supported this, and a huge new impetus and interest by the young children. And we have seen this week confirmation from former national school pupils who are now at second level, understanding, enjoying, participating, being fulfilled and totally committed to science for the future.